Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's Dr. Rebecca Foster, and it is Friday the 13th. Holy cow, with the full moon. I bet everybody out there is absolutely feeling it. Absolutely feeling it. As usual, just let me know if there's any issues. Just let me know issues on the sound, on anything. Just let me know what you guys are getting on your end so that I know to make any kind of correction on mine. Okay, so I know, right? Thank God it's Friday. So Kim and if Lala is here tonight, Lala is here. Both of them have little wrenchies next to their names. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that while I'm doing this gallery, you can go to them and they will absolutely help you to answer any questions you may have. So, with no further ado, if you've never been to one of these galleries before, I'm going to go for about an hour. And if you look at my events page, this is actually the last scheduled one that I have for right now. And I will be, I'm really trying to develop a whole new way of doing this. And it's exciting what's coming. There's going to be a whole other page dedicated solely to you guys. And it's really interesting. I'm excited to share it. It's I can't even tell you when it's going to be done, but when it is done, you guys will be the first to know. So when you get into the chat room, you can sit anonymously without letting me know you're there, just watching the feed. Or if you want me to know you're there, let me know by putting in there like a hello or I am new here, and I will read everybody that I can in that hour's time. I just kind of follow my guides. So with that, my information comes from God, from spirit guides, and from people who've passed over. So that I can't always keep up with, but I do kind of flip through and I'll grab people where information is really striking. This is the kind of environment where what is needed will come through for the person that it's needed for. So I can't read for everyone, but I will read when a guide's like, stop, read this person. It comes through symbolically, so I'll explain to you first what I am being shown, and then I will explain to you what it means. For those of you in the Wisconsin area, I have two galleries coming up. One is at Hank's Speakeasy. It's a haunted joint. I walked through it the other night, and I was greeted by several people. That is in Hartford, Wisconsin, and then there is Fat Joe's, and they have awesome cheesecake. They are in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. So both have tickets left for sale. If you're interested, go to my website and purchase those. What else is coming up? Old Baraboo Inn. I think they have 3 VIP tickets left for that. It is in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and it is part of the world's largest ghost investigation. There are right now over 32 different establishments that are going to be live streaming from the event. Only 6 people are allowed into the event. I will be there. I am the medium for the evening, and Riverbend Paranormal will be there as the investigation team, and Tia will be there. T will be there. He is talking about the history of the building and Al Capone's affiliation with the building. Whoop, whoop. This is where my ghosties have come from and followed me home. So hopefully they will follow me back and then they will choose to stay. But it's so much fun in this house. That's why they like playing hide and seek. So with that, let's see what's happening here. Okay, so hello to everybody. I know I do see everyone, but I'm going to just pull people from this list as they come across. Yes, it is Friday the 13th. Alexis Fox, first time watcher. Lance is here with me tonight. I can tell Lance this. And you may have some kind of input with this, Alexis, but Lance, I see like a giant keyhole for you. I see a keyhole that, see, when we're presented with a doorway, that is because God is basically saying, here's an opportunity for you. Here's something for you to walk through. Here's an experience for you. You don't have to open the door. That's up to you. That's called free will. You can look at it for a really long time. You can whatever. But this is a giant keyhole. So it's almost as if I am supposed to tell you that you will have the opportunity to see beyond a doorway before you walk through it. I don't think most people would get an opportunity like that. So if that happens, it's almost as if it's saying, just take a peek. Just try it. You're going to love it. Just try it. So when you're given a little perspective, pay attention, because if you all of a sudden, free will is funny here, and this is a free will situation where he may not download all the passions into you to make you move through that door. All he's going to do is say, look, okay, give him the door. Okay, let's see what he does. Everybody shut up. Be quiet. Don't tell him what to do. Just everybody watch. That kind of a thing. So free will kicks in, and now you have to deal with, oh my gosh, do I do it? Fear, holy cow, anxiety, stress, comfort zones, leaving, new experience. Ooh, this is where people get into their own head, so don't let that happen. Go forward with the positives. That's for Lance. Okay. Brenda, your dad says hello. Your dad says a big fat hello, and that you have to watch your health, and it sounds like you have a cough or something. So to take care of your health. Now, also, I scroll through, but if you guys have like a response to something or feedback about something, you can type it in. I may not see it right away, but as I scroll through, I'll get to those comments. So Brenda, yeah, taking care of yourself, throat and lungs right now for you. Feel a little congested, and holy cows, don't get anything. It's not even cough season yet. It's not even, just stay away, right? Don't come near me. Okay. So Brenda, definitely from your dad to take care of yourself. Okay. Thank you, Mary Grace Kirby. I do like my galaxy behind me. I'm in another world. Okay, so let me go back up here real quick. I don't know how I flipped this. Carol Jones, you didn't get a notification that the live started. I just started it and it never notified you. Make sure that you have both the subscription and the bell clicked. So the bell, I think, is what notifies you. Subscriptions will email you and let you know that I've done something, but the bell is what notifies you. So make sure you click subscribe and notify with the little dinky bell at the top, wherever that is. Oh, right up. Well, you can't see it. It's at the top, underneath. It's next to my photo. Just click the bell. Okay. Kim Borders is new here and she needs a lot of help. She's got one of those things right. Okay. I was vibing on somebody here and then my finger flipped through. Where was this person at? Oh, okay. Annabelle?
You've got mail.
I have mail. I will definitely have to put my glasses on. My eyes are all getting funky on me already. And that's interesting that I'm supposed to put my glasses on, because not only is it the glasses situation for me, but also, see my eye? It's already doing it. With Hunter, he is he's saying that because see, I know Hunter is around you an awful lot, but it's almost as if he is saying that he's got to take someone. He's got to walk with someone down a path. And that means that you may not feel him for a few days. You may talk and you may not get a response. But this feels like this might be for is it Bailey? Is it Bailey? Is that her name? I don't know. I can see her face. He's gonna be walking her down a pathway. So she may sense, excuse me, more about him. But it feels like she's kind of, excuse me, walking away from you somehow. And it's okay. It's good. It's like he's trying to pull her away. He's trying to get her to walk in a different direction and guide her. So you may not feel him right away, but someone else will. Let's see. These are my distance glasses. They're not my close-up glasses. I have to go like this. I should do this. I have to read it, and then I have to look at you this way. Oh, I brought the wrong glasses down. Whatever. Let's see. Good. Everything is good so far. All right. Eliana Schmid. I apologize. Eliana. You're standing now. Solid ground represents like safety, security, and grounding. Water represents problems or situations a person sees coming at them. Please, I'm so sorry if I have like demolished your name. Aliana Schmid. Um, you're standing on an embankment, and in front of you are lily pads. So you have to your right, there's a bridge, and it almost looks a little unsafe. Like the bridge looks like it might be crumbling a little bit. This means that I don't want to screw this up and forget the rest. So let me just tell you what they're showing me. You are now contemplating stepping over these lily pads to get to the other side. And I'm going to tell you that's not a good idea. It's just a lily pad. I mean, it's not a rock or a stone. It is something that the moment you step on it, you're going in the drink. Really what you need to do, there's something that you have to do, an experience. I just saw somebody walk on by. There is something that you need to do to fix a wrong that happened. And it may have been just a rash decision. It may have been your mouth. It may have been, I'm not sure. But the bridge represents at some point you having to leave or cross from your comfort zone to something new. And in the meantime of doing that, you would have either hurt someone and it may have not been intentional, but this does represent the burning of a bridge somehow where you needed to get back and somehow or another someone got hurt. So there's a humility aspect here where you need to either make amends or apologize for something that represents this bridge. Because instead of correcting it, you're almost choosing to take a really bad pathway to get to the other side. And that it's almost like saying, well, I'm going to do it. I don't care. If you don't want me to do it, then I don't care, but I'm doing it. And completely making a choice to do something unprepared and then finding out it was a bad decision and now you have to eat crow. And seriously, you really need to, because what you're about to do is make a really bad decision and trying to do something on your own and going the wrong way. So really, ultimately, what you need to do is figure out, this feels like a female thing. I'm not sure if this is mom or what, but you have to go back and you have to correct something, apologize, fix it, mend it, make amends, that kind of a thing, and wait. Because if you try to cross this water on these lily pads, you're getting wet, and that will be a disastrous situation for you because you'll have to do this anyway. So you might as well spend the money on the really expensive part, because if you buy this over here, this stuff right here is just going to be crap, and you were going to end up wasting money on it and doing that anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Let's see. Facey, I love seeing you here, Facey, because you're one of like you are one of my the people that I trust to always give me completely honest, unabridged honesty. Um and I was gonna read you actually, and your guide goes like this. Um just kind of in the same situation. So that tells me that the last time that I had said something to you, whatever I told you, they're telling me to tell you it's kind of the same situation right now, meaning you might actually be holding yourself back from moving forward out of your own personal fears or your own nostalgia. You know, happy things can turn to sad things. So they're really just saying that you need to get out of your own way and allow things to flow and happen and change. And they're not always easy. So, but I miss you, girl. All right, Raymonette Kendall. Raymonette. Mm-mm-mm. I'm trying to nail you down, and you are in so many different places. And the one place that I am looking at that I'm stopping on with you is in front of a church. And it's a small church. It looks like something that you'd see like stone sitting on the corner in a city or something, just like right next to a row of houses. And it's petite, it's tiny, it's cozy. It isn't this huge thing that you see 500 cars pulling up to. This is something intimate. And you are standing in front of the doors and you've got like a umbrella over your shoulder and you look dressed. You're in like a peach colored skirt, blazer. And it almost I'm sorry, my phone is just kind of my phone's going kind of berserk, but I have to answer it in case somebody's upstairs saying, "Hey, fix this. Want your glasses?" Yes, I do. I would like my glasses. Not my red ones, my black ones. Um, but I'm behind you and you're standing there and it's almost like you're saying, "Mama, are you there?" And you're just standing there and you look really beautiful in your heels and everything. "Mama, are you there?" I'm listening. I'm listening. So, one, the fact that you're entering the church spirit, God is trying to get a hold of you. God is talking to you and he wants you to listen. Second of all, you're trying to communicate with a mother figure. And it's like going someplace with your family all the time, you go someplace with your family and somebody's not there anymore. So going to that same place without that person is kind of, it's like a sad situation. It's sad. You think of all of the times that you were with that person. Um, you guys have experienced all of this enough with me, with all these noises that are constant. Uh, so I'm supposed to tell you, yes. The answer to your question is yes. Also, the answer to your second question is to listen to your gut because you are correct. You are right. What you've been asking, you are correct. And again, find that time to be alone with God because He's looking to talk to you. He's looking to commune with you. It's very important. Lala is new here. Aren't we all? Are you new? Yay. All right. L Charm is new here. Well, L Charm, the first thing that I'm getting from you is that you are about to make a major impact on a lot of people. And it is how you appear, it's how you come across that you are going to make a huge impact on people. And if for the positive, you could make an impact in a bad way, but this is for the positive. I decided to use the water bottle this time instead of what looks like a wine glass, so people don't think I'm like getting drinked up here on camera, because we don't want to do that, right? I have no vices, knock on wood. So El Charm, you're about to make a huge impact for the positive, and everything's going to fall into place for you. You pursue, you walk forward a few steps, and it feels like a number 4 is very important for you. So the 4th of the month, 4 days from now, little steps. Get to where you're going, boom, another few. It's like everything slowly aligns for you. So each step forward that you take is kind of like a blind faith, because the pathway that's beyond that is not presented yet. And so you are having to put a lot of your trust in other people's hands. And any adult knows this is hard to do, because a lot of times people are busy, they forget, they don't come through, and you are required right now to trust people to help get you where you need to go. And I know that sounds weird, but normally I would tell you trust God. See, because he's the one that's going to be planning and doing all of this. However, there's people around you that are going to be holding your hand and helping you forward. And you're going to have to trust what they're telling you, if that makes any sense. Rosemary K. Bradley might be watching, but he is not here. We were going to do a whole bunch of stuff over the weekend, last weekend when we were in Indiana at Horror Hound, and I'll have to admit it was a weekend where I was on reading the entire weekend, and I did not have the energy to get on and do a gallery. And I kept thinking, oh, I want to get on and do a gallery. But then, there's so many people around. I didn't want to have my phone up doing this and then having people think I was videotaping them or just invading privacy. So I did not get on and do that. Okay. I went to a live reading of yours before. Good. Denise, I'm glad that there is a confirmation for you from Spirit. Um, that's one of the best things, is that, not knowing something about someone and then having a message come through that nobody knows or I shouldn't know. I do love that. Maddie S. Maddie, when I was just focusing on you, your energy went from like a clear camera focus to all of a sudden like turning the lens and then like finding myself, how am I holding the camera? Like this? Like this? I don't know. I'm holding the camera and adjusting the lens, and everything kind of gets blurry on me. And it almost felt as if I was like, this is where I'm going. I know I can see where I'm going. Everybody see where I'm going. And then all of a sudden it blurs on me, and I find myself distracted. I don't know if the right word is distracted. I find myself attracted to something else. So sometimes I will see something and I'll go, this is a distraction, and it's put there to prevent you from getting where you need to go. Normally I will tell people, keep your eye on your focus, where your point is, because your peripheral will tell you how to get around all those obstacles and barriers. However, this time, this feels almost as if you've been focused on something that is a human desire or a personal desire, and Spirit looks to be like they're going to take your focus off of that and put it on something else. in a direction you are supposed to be going, a direction you should be going. And so, and it feels like it's like off kilter, as if this is not where you had intended to take your life or your direction. But all of a sudden it's exciting and it's a possibility. And once a long time ago, you thought about doing it, that kind of a thing. So I would normally tell you to keep your focus, but this is almost like you're about, you're going to school or something and your focus is on doing this. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, but I really love photography, or I really love art, or and then all of a sudden having to change your degree. It's that kind of a thing. So it's not that big of a deal, but okay. So if you're watching upstairs, why don't you bring me my glasses? I have an idea. How about I send a message to bring my glasses? Bring me my glasses, please. Because I can't, my eyes are getting so tired. I need my glasses. Black glasses, please. Well, these look black, but they have a red tip so that I know which ones are distance. My eyes are, this one is getting really bad. Okay. Yes, Kim Borders will be in Baraboo with me. Whoop, whoop. She's flying in from Virginia. Amy and Ryan Myers. So, Amy, I'm not sure if Ryan is with you, but there are things going on in his life that are what are going to affect you. So, energy from those that we love kind of mingles with our own. We find a nice, wonderful place to put someone in our shoulder or in our side or our butt or wherever else we're just going to stick energy. And his energy is on you. And there are changes with his career path that are going to affect you. And it feels that it's almost like it stifles you a little bit, as if you have to then adjust and refigure your budget, how you're going to pay things. Is this, it's just a little bump in the road, though. It's nothing to freak out over. It's really not. And I'll tell you what, if you ever hit a point where you're thinking, we've all been there. We are going, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to pay for a carpet? Where am I going to get Christmas money? How am I going to pay for, and everybody goes through it. Everyone does. Okay. Well, most people do. I can't say everyone because that would be false. Most people. And what I do when I am in that situation, and what I want you to do as well, is if it's happening now or just about to happen, I don't want you to freak out. I want you to go, God, we're in a predicament. You already know. You know what we're going through. And this is what we need. This is what I need so that I know we're safe and we're comfortable. And just tell me what you want me to do. How do I obtain that? How do I take care of my family while we're all going through this? And trust it that when you ask that question, he's going to answer it. And I'll give you this. A long time ago, 2003, we had just had a baby. My husband was let go from his job, along with like 35 other people within the organization. And of course, he's like sitting there going, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life now? And I'm thinking, how am I going to pay the bills? And I'll tell you what, when I said those words, I sat back because I knew I had to be strong because he was not at the moment. And I ended up going through my house, and I swear my whole house was like an eBay auction. But my eBay auctions sustained my family while he was trying to find another job. And it's just earthly stuff. It's all earthly. It's all garbage, really. It's just something to make us feel good for a little while. And we all deserve to feel good. We all deserve those nice things. A nice dinner, a nice purse, a nice pair of shoes, some nice clothes, a good haircut, whatever. Whatever your feel good is, we all deserve those things. However, they are just earthly things. And you could be completely flat broke and have absolutely nothing material and still find major joy in life. And so the point for you, and apparently I know I went off kilter a little bit, but somebody else in this chat room, they needed to hear this on this stream today, and they needed to hear that. So it kind of went a little over where you are going to need to hear. However, for you, Amy and Ryan, just ask for what you need and then let go of it. And for those of you who don't know, my book, God Please Tie My Shoes, is available now on Amazon, and you can get the ebook or you can get the paperback. I do have paperbacks here too, so if you do want a paperback, let me know and I will take care of that, and you can just, we'll figure it out via, you can go to my website, I think, or I can take care of that for you, and then I can sign it and mail it to you. So, all right. Katie Jones, you're super stressed, but see, it's so funny. You probably are really stressed. You probably are. However, we never want to ask, please, Bradley's home. You never want to ask, lighten my load. Just take this off of me. You don't. You want to ask for strength. You want to just say, give me some strength. Help me with this, because I'm looking at you and I can see you kind of bent over, when you're like balancing this huge load on your back, but you're still managing. You're still good. And that cliche, he never gives you more than you can handle. It's very true. He won't. He absolutely won't. And that's because he sees our strengths, and he sees what we're capable of when we don't. It's just like a parent going, just do it. I know you can do it. Just try it. I know you can do this. I know you can. And the kids are like, I don't know. I'm terrified. I don't want to do it. I'm scared. Whatever it is, swimming, riding a new roller coaster. As a parent, you know what your child is capable of. They just don't believe in themselves enough yet. Same thing goes for you, Katie. You just have to believe in yourself. And you might be stressed out, but I guarantee that if you just like have it all out, have a good cry, wipe it all away, and go, okay, I'm ready. It changes the whole feel of it. Like, I'm ready. I can do this. I'm She-Ra, He-Man, whoever you are. It's that. And even as I'm telling you this, I'm watching your energy kind of straightening out, and you're barefoot, which means nothing's holding you back right now. You can do anything you want with that load on your back. I would just find a way to stick it in a wagon and let my guides carry it for me. And then I would just walk and like chalet down my path. It's not always that easy, but the perspective is all that matters. All right. Let's take a peek here. What is this? It just jumped, so I don't even know. Denise Hannon, guides having a message for you. Denise. The message for you, I was just watching the whole thing, kind of, you're standing on your beach, looking out at the water. They're saying just wait. Just wait. Okay, so what this means, when there's no boat, when there's no raft, when there's nothing to go out on the water, it's basically saying, wait. Don't get in the water. Don't not go forward with opportunities. It's just wait. It's like you don't have all of the ingredients yet. So just wait. It's interesting. Well, and you know what? I was just going to say it's kind of weird because this is the kind of thing I'll see between moon cycles, and today's the full moon. So today is the culmination of a lot of things that we ask for, things that we're pursuing. People will see that they will manifest around a full moon, and then they will wane down. Come the new moon, you start to ask for new things, and that's where writing your letter to God comes in. So you still have another week of things to present to you, and I'm thinking that they will. So Denise, I would give yourself, another 2 weeks before a new moon. I would give yourself another 2 weeks, and it feels like you're going to be either hearing from someone or getting a phone call that you're waiting for that will help you to finally move forward with those opportunities. So that's a good thing. That's positive. Carol Jones, This seems like a message from a mother figure. And it feels almost as if this person is saying, you need to get out of your own head. You need a break, like a big break. You need to, one, you need to stop putting yourself down. You need to stop putting yourself down. You need to stop talking negatively to yourself about yourself. And you need to really focus on whittling away the energies around you that make you feel that that's what you should be telling yourself. Everybody that's listening should do that. However, for you, Carol, it's important that you realize that no matter who is around you for how long, you really need to, I really need my glasses, is what I need. You really need to, maybe if I call and hang up, he'll be like, why is she calling me? But at least he'll check his phone. There we go. Whittle away those people. Let them go. And it feels so close to home that it looks like it would be a hard whittling. This would be something that you would have a very sharp knife and a little piece of wood, and you'd have to be really careful, because you don't want to do something too abruptly and cut yourself. You want to take your time, making sure that you are safe and comfortable the whole time, while you are creating what you need this masterpiece to be that you call your life. And it's important because sometimes we jump to conclusions and we're like, oh, this is a bad situation, and we walk out on it too quickly. That's the problem. Oh my God, my cat just scared me to death. He just rubbed up against my leg. Freaked me out because I was not here. Hi, God. Now, Bubby. So love yourself so much, Carol. Love yourself. All right. I can't read anything. Lindsay Joanne. I have to say your gut is right. Yes, your gut is correct. And I don't mean it in like a good way. It feels almost as if your gut is correct about, I'm not sure if it's an infidelity. Oh, I'm sorry, you just bit my knee. I'm so sorry. Holy cow, that hurt. It feels like, Cotton, my God, he's attacking me. But it just feels like it's a, yes, thank you. My glasses, did you bring them to me? I need my black glasses by my computer upstairs. Grazia. It's like, I don't want to call it like a cheating, but it feels like there's a word for it, and I don't know what it is, but it's telling the truth, just not all of the truth. So it's not a white lie. It's telling the truth, just leaving out pertinent details. So yes, your gut is correct. And I don't know if that's like, I don't know. It's how you look at it. Yeah. Thank you. Yep. Do you want to come in and say hello? You want to come in and say hi to people? They were asking about you and where you were. Oh, that's so much better. I can see. You say hi. Hi. There we go. All right. Everybody's gonna be like, Bradley, read me. Okay, there's a lag in the video. Attack Kitty is right. All right. Sorry, I made people jump. Okay. Let's look here. So, Kathy Drain. I love that I know. Okay. So, Kathleen, if somebody has come out and said to you, I don't want you in my life, or maybe they've not said it and they've just like excluded you altogether and made sure that you know it. You don't, you, well, how do I say this properly? It's not your job to make someone like you. It's not why you're here. Oh my God. If I tried to make everybody who didn't like me, I wouldn't be here right now. You know how many people don't like me? A lot. And the funny thing is they make sure I know it. I'm not here to please them. Just like they told me the other day. Rebecca, you are not here to please people. You are here to be a good person. That's it. And if you know in your heart of hearts that you are doing everything that you can do, everything that you know is possible to be a good person, then it's their fault, not yours. And that goes for everybody watching. I can tell you from a human perspective, not a reading perspective, but there are situations in my life where I have probably caused an estrangement. Probably. But I do so not out of anger so much as I do out of hurt. However, it doesn't matter. Those words, those things that are spoken or done, they still damage. So that's fine. And there are people who have also done that to me who I really don't ever need to talk to either. And so you have to really ask yourself, are they walking away from me because I'm a bad person? No. Are they walking away from me because I've outgrown them and there's other things? Probably. And all you can do, if you have done something that you know, I did this is my fault, you need to accept this is my fault. And they are unwilling to forgive me because our relationship doesn't matter anymore. And I don't care if it's a friend or a family member. It's not your job to make someone love you or like you. It's just not. And it may cause pain, but most of the time it's because we want to fix things or because it's our ego that says, I'm likable, why don't they like me? Just move on. Really. There's nothing you can do about that. I'm looking at this, looking at you as if you just cut off a bunch of parachutes off of your back. And so you also need to look at, when I'm looking at this on a reading level and remove the human aspect of things, the fact that you're cutting off parachutes means that somehow or another you're either dealing with narcissists or you're dealing with manipulative people who know how to make you feel badly. And it's kind of like, well, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm not talking to you anymore. I don't care. Oh, are you crying? Good. I don't want. It just feels mean. Feels mean. Walk away, Kathleen. Let it go. Do what you got to do. Let it go. Seriously, just let it go. Um, let's take a peek here. Lori Quackenboss did not get read at Urban Fuel, but she was there. Lori, let's take a peek at you. What I am seeing is I'm walking behind you and you're walking on a pathway that seriously is probably just a little bit wider than your shoulders. And you look like when people go grocery shopping, you get home and you like load up your arms. That's what you look like. You are loaded all the way to the wrists and they're twisted and you're like cutting off full circulation and you are walking and struggling a little bit. But I'm not helping you because I'm just watching you. Can't interfere. And you're saying, I have such a long walk. I've got such a long way to go. I've got such a long way to go. You're wearing just a pair of comfy little Keds, some beige pants, the top. Very uneventful outfit. But the shoes represent the feeling or the perspective of being held back or inability to move forward in a positive direction caused by external people and situations. Now, the fact that you're on this narrow path means that you're being squeezed, that you are walking a pathway that, is hard and it's difficult, and that spirit has laid down for you. This wouldn't be a choice like you're choosing to take a difficult path. Nobody wants a difficult path. He's put you on this pathway, and you are carrying a lot. That you did yourself. You are carrying all of these bags because you chose to. It's like you could have asked someone else to help, or you could have broken it up, but you are carrying a lot of burdens out of choice. And so the lesson here would be to let go of these things that I'm looking at that going, gosh, what is even in the bag? Like that, some of that just like needless garbage that you're traipsing around with. And just imagine like how easy it would be to put that stuff down and how free you would be. I'm listening to you talk to yourself too. So I don't see your guides around you, which means you're strong and you've got this covered, or they would be on either side of you and behind you and in front of you trying to make sure you stay on your path. So you're definitely not a quitter, and you definitely continually forge. I don't even think that's the right word. Forward. Um, but I try to take some of the bags for you, and you're like, no, stop, leave it alone. So there's a little bit of control freak going on there as well. And just making sure that you've got everything in order. You know how to take care of everything. You know everything is accounted for. And I'm asking you, like, why don't you sit down? And you're like, I can't sit down. I'll never get back up again. If I sit down, I'm not getting back up. So, okay. And it's funny because it just feels like it's pressure. I feel like I'm under, in your shoes, I'm under a lot of pressure. I feel like the squeezing factor of everything, I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure. You are way too hard on yourself. That's the moral of this story is, or the whole summary of the story is, don't be so hard on yourself. You're trying to do something that you're trying to do something that's really easy, and you're making it hard, and it's because you want to be perfect with it. You don't want to fail. You're afraid of failing. I say chuck the bags, take everything off, and run on that path as naked as you can, as naked as a jaybird, and just go for it. All about you. When you get done with this, when I'm done talking to you, just picture it. Like, dropping all the bags, taking off all your clothes, throwing everything, throwing your shoes, and running along that path, and just see what happens. Just see how you feel when you do that. Just see how it feels to do that. It's very important. Okay. Martina Croslin, needing to know about your health. Okay. So, Martina, I'm wondering what I'm seeing almost feels like an autoimmune disease. And it feels like I'm seeing stuff. I'm wondering if it's on your lungs or something. It feels like I'm seeing polka dots, which would almost blend to like a Hashimoto's or something along that line. And that may even tie into like some chronic fatigue. So if you've been overly tired, really struggling to just function during the day, I would get yourself tested for autoimmune, for chronic fatigue, and then also for Hashimoto's, because I don't know why. It just feels like it's something that would have to do with your lungs. If you smoke, if you vape, if you do it, stop now. Stop. You can do it. You just basically say, I want a cigarette, but I can't because I'm not a smoker anymore. I don't smoke. I'm a non-smoker. I quit. Every time you want a cigarette, I want a cigarette so badly, but I'm a non-smoker. I quit. Just keep telling yourself that. I don't smoke anymore. I quit. I'm a non-smoker. That's coming from someone who smoked 3 packs a day, like this. Like one after, I like light them right off of each other. Cold turkey. I'm non-smoker. I don't smoke anymore. I quit. But it feels like it's autoimmune related. It feels like it's your body backfiring on itself. Quit smoking if you do. Watch where you're in, where you're breathing around. Okay, and let me go down here. Let me move down here. Close. It's your lungs. Yeah, see, it's your lungs. Okay. No, I was recently, it was sleep apnea. Okay, never smoked a day in your life. Interesting. But autoimmune, you don't have to smoke to get an autoimmune that affects your lungs. So watch who you're around. If you are overexerting and you find it difficult to breathe, have them test you for autoimmune problems. And have them test you for chronic fatigue, Hashimoto's, and lupus, and have them do a blood test on autoimmune on all of those, and see if any of those trigger. You know, I would also, if I were you, I would go off of everything. This is so hard to do, but I would go off of wheat. It's really well, it's really not that hard. It's just that wheat is in absolutely everything. So you either, you eat gluten free or you don't eat wheat. You can eat other whole grains, just not wheat. That may also help with whatever it is that you're dealing with. But the sleep apnea that you're dealing with, I'm wondering if that is something that you can help with diet and getting tested for the autoimmune. All right. And I'm going to just put this out there too. A lot of times, if a person holds a lot of issue in, if they hold a lot of stress, pain, suffering, if people hold things in, you're welcome, Martina. If people hold things in a long time, they can develop an autoimmune. And Martina, yours looks like it may be something due to, and I don't want to call it PTSD. However, it could be something traumatic that you went through that you don't realize you carry, like you have PTSD caused by that, like a trauma that you suffer from lightly caused from something that you experienced a while ago. And you don't have to go to war to suffer from PTSD. It can be something that you just experienced growing up, in a marriage, whatever, in a relationship, something you see outside. Um, yeah. So, Heather, hello, darling. We miss you guys too. We miss you too. Okay. Lupita, I can tell you that I feel like there's some kind of movement around him. Like he moves. His energy moves a lot. So this would be somebody hard to nail down. Meaning you might not get straight answers from him all the time. You may leaving you questioning like where your future stands with him. And I feel like either he travels a lot or he moves between places a lot. And that the fact that I'm unable to nail him down and you're unable to nail him down means that he's not ready to settle down. He's not ready to, commit to one place at one time. It's just like I don't want to say he's sowing his oats, but he just feels like he's always looking for something new. Not in a relationship. What I mean is like entrepreneur like always looking for the next. He's a dreamer, so he's always looking for the next thing. He's always looking for the next idea, the next big thing. And I'm not saying in relationships. He's not like womanizing, but it can hurt when you don't feel like somebody wants to settle down and you care about them. And it's not that he doesn't care about you, it's just that he's not ready. He's still dreaming about who he's going to be. He hasn't figured that out yet. So he may come up with lots of crazy, wacky ideas, but it's because he's an entrepreneur kind of mind. If you're looking for someone who's going to be steady for everything, he's probably not the one. I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to say. Okay, I'll get one more in here. Went through Croatian War and my brother got so Martina, you really need to address that. Martina, you need to address any PTSD that you might be having, because that is probably related to what you have experienced and seen and felt. And you need to do like a clearing. You need to go through your energy and you need to pull out all of your hurts and your pains, and you need to look at each one and go, this is what this is, and this hurt, and this freaked me out, this terrified me, I was scared, I was traumatized. And you need to address each one and then let it go and reach inside of you and pull out the next one. And you might find that through that own soul searching and letting go of these traumatic experiences, that your sleep apnea will get better. You'll also be at the same time releasing all of those things that are attracted to you because of the suffering that you deal with. That dang cat seriously freaking me out tonight. Okay. Linda Thorpe, can you tell me what happened to me in June? I have amnesia, no memory at all. What caused me to shut down for 4 days? Interesting, Linda. I'll read you, Linda. Let's see here. What's interesting, Linda, is they show you in a bathroom, and then they show you, and this may not be the exact thing, but they need to explain this to me. It almost looks like you're standing there and then you go back like this, and I'm like hanging on to a counter and maybe a toilet or a shower edge or something, but I'm like trying to prevent myself from falling. And looking at this, I'm wondering, I would go in and have them test you for an ischemic attack, a minor stroke, or a small blood clot that made its way through, thankfully. But they may have already done that, checked you for an ischemic attack. It, but it feels like blood related. It feels like stroke. It feels like blood clot or inability of brain function, like blood flow. I feel like everything's cut off, oxygen and blood, and for whatever reason, pushed through. At the same time, it feels like you're looking at a man who is maybe in his 50s or 60s, who's bald. Well, not completely bald, but on the top. And his face is round. I would look at his skin and think he burns in the sun for sure. He's pale. Blonde hair or reddish tones to his hair, because he looks like he would burn. He's got a ruddy skin tone as well. And he looks like he's like looking at you. I don't know if this is a spouse or who it could be, or a doctor, like looking at you, checking your eyes. Um, I'm thinking this was like a stroke of some kind, or an ischemic attack. Um, Let me move up here really quick. How do you know if you have guides around you? My sisters, they checked all that. The test came out perfect. You described my husband to a T. Interesting. So that's your husband. Um, and they checked you. See, and that's what I'm saying. If there was, there would be some kind. I would think there would be some kind of a residual effect of having a stroke. But it seriously looks like the drain and a clog, and then it like pushes through. So I'm wondering if the result from that is not so much a uh, tissue damage, but the amnesia. And I'm not a brain surgeon. I don't know, but every time I'm telling you this, it almost feels like I feel like miraculous that you would be alive, because it's not heart related. This is brain related. This is like a loss of oxygen, of blood flow of some kind. It's like a like a trauma to the brain, like it's cut off and then quick flow through. And I'm looking, going, did she hit her head? No, it's internal. This would have been something internal. And your white blood cells were elevated. Interesting. So they went to repair something. I mean, your white blood cells are in there trying to fix something. And they say they didn't find anything, but it's on the left side. It's on the left side. I would think if they did an MRI, that would be something that they would find. Left side. And it's like right here. It's like if I was to dissect right here, this portion from like my nose, upper lip, forehead to like right behind my ear. This area right here. I don't know why. Like, just feels like it's in there, in that section, in there. And the MRI and CT scans are normal. I don't know. I would definitely have them check right behind the ear. Like it's this section here, and it's in here. This hurts, like right here. This behind my ear is throbbing. Boom, 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 boom. I would have a second opinion. Yes, that's it, Amy. Yeah. I would have another doctor check my MRI, and I would have them look at the veins. I would have them look at all of this, making sure you're not like going to have an aneurysm, that kind of thing. Like I would want, especially if it's like vein related and they're talking about having like an ischemic attack, I would want someone to look at those two that say, okay, so you say it's clear. However, who do you know that deals in like veins and anything that looks funky? Having them check for that. They may be looking for clots, but there wouldn't be a clot the way that I'm seeing it. The clot would have caused it initially. That's interesting. I would just take them and have another doctor review everything just to make sure. I would be freaked out too, Linda. I would be freaked out about it, and I would have a second opinion for sure. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Like I said, I have got some major changes coming. I was picked up by a manager, and it's like a dream come true. I'm super excited, and there's going to be a lot happening. It's really about time that I think I've taken everything as far as I can personally, and so having someone else help me figure out where I've got to go. I've got Kim Borders, and she helps me so much with relating to people and doing things and events and so forth. So this individual who is going to be taking me on as a manager, he has a different vision as well, and I hear him saying things that other people have said, so I know it's meant to be. So yeah, and I'm really excited about it. But I will keep you guys posted. So make sure that you click that little bell that's up at the top, because someone had said earlier that they didn't get notified when I got on live, and maybe that's why. Click the subscribe for a listing of all of the videos and things, but the bell will also notify you when I get on live. So awesome. Thank you guys so much. I will keep you posted, and I'll put a blurb up when I know my next galleries and stuff are going to be, because I do have to look at when I can schedule those. So you guys take care, and thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will talk to you later. Good night.